Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
With the arrival of winter on the streets of our country, you can often meet a picture when drivers circle around their cars in the hope of starting them. Not everyone manages to do it quickly and not to harm their vehicle. Only those who know the secrets and rules manage to get the car to show signs of life. Today we will reveal them and tell you how to start the car in frost without spending a lot of time. Why it is difficult to start the car in winter. Starting the engine in freezing temperatures becomes impossible for several reasons. We have compiled a list of the most common ones. Electrical equipment is a frequent reason why the car stops giving signs of life at sub-zero temperatures. The essence of the cause lies in a faulty alternator, which is responsible for powering the entire vehicle. During the operation of the car, the generator provides the battery with recharging. High density of oil, which is not only in the engine, but also in the gearbox. With the arrival of frost, it is necessary to perform an oil change from mineral to synthetic. The clutch must be depressed, otherwise the chances of starting the car are significantly reduced. Many drivers make attempts to start their iron horse with the clutch pedal not depressed. This is not the right approach. The pedal must be depressed to disconnect the gearbox from the power unit. The engine is started separately. Then, after 20 seconds, the clutch pedal is depressed. In this case, the oil in the power unit will be softer. After that, the pedal is released and the gear is in neutral. With this approach, the gearbox will start and the car will start easily. Good gasoline is not affected by frost. This is not the case with poor quality fuel. When the car is in motion, such gasoline is a source of condensation. This is especially true for metal fuel tanks. When condensation gets into the fuel system, problems appear in the operation of the vehicle. A plastic tank is devoid of this problem. Owners of diesel cars need to use special winter fuel in winter. In such diesel, there are special additives that do not allow it to become thick at sub-zero temperatures. Defective spark plugs can seriously spoil the life of a motorist. Spark plugs should be replaced after every 40,000 kilometers. Owners of cars with gas equipment should buy plugs that provide better ignition. Diesel cars use glow plugs. How to properly start the car in freezing weather. Starting the engine in winter is not a difficult task if you know some secrets that are used by experienced motorists. One of the effective solutions to the problem of a cold start is the purchase of a pre-start heater. If the car refuses to start, but at the same time its catching periods increase, it is necessary to repeat the starter cranking. The key is turned for a maximum of 10 seconds, no more. After several attempts, the car should start. All elements of the fuel system, as well as spark plugs, must be clean. The presence of impurities on them will contribute to the appearance of condensate, which turns into ice at frost and is destructive to the vehicle. There may be condensation inside the exhaust pipe, which is a hindrance to the normal starting of the car. Cleaning is done in a physical way. An auto with an automatic transmission is started with the clutch depressed. Thus, the starter will experience a reduced load. Before parking the car for a long time in the cold, it is necessary to dry the brake pads and remove the TS from the handbrake. Remote automatic start in winter cannot be used because you can easily plant the battery and get flooded plugs. After starting, the car is left in the started position for some time to warm up. Read also why there are engine vibrations at idle and how to eliminate them. Proper starting of diesel. There are subtleties that distinguish the starting process of a diesel car from a gasoline car. There are 3 attempts to start the vehicle, no more. You must wait a couple of minutes between attempts. Initially, it is necessary to start the spark plugs. The engine will be brought to life afterwards. To start the spark plugs, it is necessary to perform the following actions. Turn the key and get illuminated indicators after darkening. Of the indicator with the image of a spring, there should be a click of the spark plug relay, which will indicate the absence of power. Turn the key to the initial position. Wait a few seconds, and try again. Now you can proceed to the start of the engine. It is carried out according to the following scheme. The clutch pedal is fully depressed. Turn the ignition key, the dashboard should light up. Turn on the headlights, which will start the battery and warm it up. Turn on the ignition, Hold the key until the engine starts. The maximum time of holding the key should not exceed 15 seconds. Step on the gas, but lightly, so that the car can run a little at operating speed. You can make your life easier and use special additives or anti-gels. They are sold at gas stations and in any, even small automobile stores. Such agents should be added in the evening, preferably at plus temperature. In this case, their effectiveness will be higher. Before use, carefully study the instructions. Experienced drivers use kerosene, which by its characteristics is not inferior to additives. It does not harm either the fuel or the car. It is important to observe and not to violate the proportion. No more than 30 liters of kerosene is added to 100 liters of fuel. If the fuel has already managed to freeze, you should not make attempts to start the car. It will not work, only the battery and time will be wasted. Frozen fuel can be drained from the tank, heated to 60 degrees, add additive/anti-gel, and pour back into the tank. Features of injector engines in the frost. The injector starts much worse than the old carburetor units. The reason is hidden in the design features. Starting the injector engine will differ from the method that is suitable for cars with another type of power unit. The driver should act as follows. Turn on the high beam for about 20 seconds. Turn the key literally for 1 second, which will activate the gas pump. The previous point should be repeated several times, but no more than 3 times, so that the fuel pressure in the fuel rail reaches the required level. Turn the starter and try to start the car. You cannot gas hard, because the internal parts of the power unit will wear out, because the oil is still viscous. Read also, how to choose and install mirror covers. Drivers should leave more gasoline in the tank overnight. In this case, the air will not condense, which will save you from ice crystals in the tank, gasoline pump, and fuel lines. How to start a car with automatic transmission. Starting in the frost of a car with an automatic box has some peculiarities, although in many respects similar to the actions that are performed by the owners of mechanics. The algorithm of actions consists of the following points. The gear selector should be in the P or N position, parking, and neutral, respectively. In positions D, R, or M, the car will not start because the protection will be activated. Depress the brake so that the car does not start moving arbitrarily, and it is easy to switch to the operating mode. Turn the key and wait for the engine to start. A vehicle with an automatic transmission must not be started from a push bike or towed. In this case, there is a high risk of failure of the automatic transmission. What to do if the battery is dead? Starting the engine in freezing temperatures will be impossible if the battery is dead. Before frost, it is necessary to check the condition of the battery and, if necessary, change it for a new one. But even with a dead battery, you can start the car. There are 2 main ways to do this. Using another car, which will perform the role of a donor. Act as follows. Cars should be close to each other, but not in contact. When the cars are shut off, connect the plus terminals of one and the second car with pliers or cigarette lighters, and the terminal with dash from the donor is connected to the body of the car that needs to be started. Check the correctness of connection and start the donor, leaving it to work for 15 minutes. The donor is switched off and the patient is started. If the first attempt was unsuccessful, it is worth repeating the actions after some time. In this method of starting the car, it is important not to confuse the terminals on the battery. The minus terminal is colored black, and the plus terminal is colored red. It is also possible to start the vehicle from a push start. It is dangerous to use this method for modern cars, as the electrical system can be destroyed. The vehicle can be pushed or towed by another car. This method is effective and simple, allows you to do without the help of specialists. At the onset of frost, you should get into the habit of removing the battery and putting it in a warm place or connecting it to a charger. When the battery is fully charged, the chances of an easy start increase many times over. In conclusion, starting your car in freezing weather doesn't have to be a daunting task. By following the steps we've discussed, such as ensuring your battery is in good condition, using the right oil, and allowing your engine to warm up, you can make the process smoother and more efficient. Remember to keep your fuel tank at least half full to prevent fuel line freeze, and consider investing in a block heater if you live in particularly harsh climates. With these tips in mind, You'll be better prepared to face those chilly mornings and get on the road safely. Stay warm and drive carefully.